Welcome back to Brazil episode 11. On the previous episode, we have completely finished our nice garage here. This is amazing. We're going to wait till we get some more capital before we go ahead and decorate that, because we are in debt. And I actually went on the sales, and I do see that this trailer is a nice massive deal. This is the for the Brazil mod, this actually for this map. And then we're going to need that to deliver the diesel. So what we could do is purchase that. We'll still have to get a truck, of course, but that's going to be nice. And I think we could use the semi-truck for other operations, whether it be quarry or things like that. So I think it's kind of a nice direction we're going to want to go. We're going to take a little bit of a loan out, but no matter, we do have our apple juice and grape sale that will be going on next month. So we're definitely in luck with that. We got to get some cash here then, so we can... Yeah, we're already 135,000 in debt. Let's just borrow a little bit more. Was 51 enough? 51.5. Yeah, that'll be enough right there. We'll buy it and just hold it. Let's see. Color. I don't know if we should do stainless, or we should probably keep it like a diesel color. They're usually like what? I guess they can be black for gas. Rim color. I've been kind of going off colors just for the fun of it. Let's go with that black there too. License plate, of course. And we'll purchase that. We'll just leave that, and then when the time comes, we'll grab that. What I think we're going to do is we're going to take a nap and get into August, so we'll get that sale done. So we can figure out where we're going to be. We're going to try to pay back most of our loan. Let's go a little bit earlier. And hopefully that helps. August, fantastic. The month we've been waiting for. Yeah, so we got a lot to load up here. So we got grape juice is going to go to the small farmer's kiosk. It looks like, yeah, they're all kind of losing value. Let's take that. We could do the grape juice first. Where is that? Okay, that's over by that gas station. Awesome, because we did see that a lot when we passed it. So it's going to be nice to actually use it for a change. We'll probably park this... I mean, we could park this up here in this garage and get some use out of it. We'll put the truck up here for sure. But we've been using them so often that we constantly pull them out. Once we get ahead, I think we're going to get ourselves a nice little leisure car just to enjoy the fruits of our labor. But we'll have to see how it goes, because I do want to get money for those other businesses. It'd be nice to run those. I have to be really careful here so we don't tip this pretty high. I like it a lot, but it's crazy for... Oh, that could be bad if we're not careful. Okay, let's get these loaded. Ooh, that's interesting. The apple juice is on top of the grape juice. Wasn't there more to process yet? I thought there was. Grape juice. Yeah, this is all in the trigger. It should have came out. Outgoing products. That's interesting. We might have to do a little shuffling around. So let's get to it, and I will see you in a little bit. We got her loaded. Look at that. Had to fix a little bit, but I did come up with a way to make it so we can do it by with the loader. We just got to go in a little bit and then drop it and then come off a little bit and then reposition our forks. Worked out fairly well. Let's get all these latched in so they don't tip over. Our trailer's unhooked, it looks like. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't mess it up when I did that. Alright, look at that. Huge. So we are off to the small farmer's kiosk. Look at that, we're supposed to get 89,000. When we get this, I think we're going to pay back some of our loan like right away. Just to start getting that debt down. Let's see, it was on the main road. We might as well go left here and get back out on the highway. Alright. Our apple juice isn't worth an insane amount. I hope it's enough to get us out of debt. We gotta start, like I said, shooting for that other oil extractor because doing the barrels is just too much. And then we need to buy a semi, so I think we'll keep an eye on the sales and see if we can get a semi pretty cheap. I would like to get another Mercedes-Benz since we're kind of went that direction with this. I think it'd be kind of cool to stick with a brand. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, look at that! We're not the only one getting ran off the road by trucks. Never thought I would have seen that with a programmed car route like that. That was fairly interesting. Okay, so we are at the Posto Brasileiro. This is where we will get gas. So I assume there is a fill station somewhere in there. I think we gotta go by the pumps, according to the map. Alright, here we go. We gotta go on the backside. More grape juice than they could ask for. Have at her. Excellent, they do take it. Thank goodness. We got some nice environmental score as well. 111,000. Let's go over and pay some of that loan off. I suppose we could almost wait till it's all done, but I'm so eager to get out of debt. 160. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and repay all this for what we can, and we'll get the... Yeah, so now we're down to 50,000. That is nice. So this is interesting here. We gotta get across the road. So to do it properly, we gotta drive this way, and we can either make an illegal U-turn, which I suppose in Brazil there's nothing illegal about it. They kind of let stuff like that fly. It's even worse in India. They can do what they want on the roads. Yeah, we'll just turn right here. And then we'll whip up. We do have to get to some pruning today as well, because that's gotta start growing next month. We should get those prepared. Should be able to buy the pruner cheap, I think. I don't think it was that expensive. We're gonna get the double one so we can make good time. And we were gonna try not to fertilize or cultivate, or was it mulching? Yeah, mulching, I guess. So we can kind of get the bonuses down. I know it's kind of weird, but it was kind of, we couldn't get through a whole entire row with the fertilization. The yield was really good, which I know is a good problem to have, but when you're doing that pull behind harvester, it was a real pain to back up. Yeah, so we got quite the stack here. Oh yeah, I wanted to get a weight for this. We should probably... We didn't have any, right? I don't think we never purchased one. Let's make sure. Yeah, there's no weight. We're gonna get a weight to put on the back of this, because it's ridiculously heavy. Weights, and then I'm trying to think of how much we need. Let's see what this is to balance out. I just really want to... I want to get it right. So these are... 817 tons a piece. Is that a piece or the whole pallet? Or no, 170 kilograms. So 170 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 850 kilogram weight would get us to balance. And then that would still be, you know, enough for the 850. I always like to have a little extra, though, for future proofing. I can't remember how heavy the grapes were. I guess I didn't look. Probably would be good to maybe get a 1 ton. I think we'll go with this one. Yeah. We could probably just leave it black. Not enough money, that's right. We gotta get it to load. I got way too excited paying off our debt. 17. Okay. Let's get over there and grab that. And then we'll see how it does when we pick this up. I'm hoping that hole in the back of the truck does not cause an issue in dropping this pallet. This is quite the load. Probably could have put it on the trailer. This is ridiculous. Can it handle it? I hope so. Okay, we don't need to... Oof, there's a lot of apple juice. And we were actually like taking it easy too. Imagine once things really get going. So yeah, we can put the, let's see here. We're gonna have to get the pruner. We'll just set all this stuff over here for now. We could probably stop there on the way back and ask the shop guys to help us load it up. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. That is a lot of apple juice. And I think what we're going to end up doing, like I said, is we'll get the production like directly piped. There we go, that is all strapped in. That is insane. But we get that semi too, we can get a nice trailer for that and kind of go away from the utility trailer. Okay, this was delivering... Where is this delivering? Apple juice, it says average purchase of production sales. I think that's the one right across where we put... Yeah, right back there. If it's that close, we probably could have just drove them over there. Just curious. Let's go to the prices. How much of a difference is that if we went somewhere else? 5282. Supermarket is probably the next best. No, excuse me, restaurant is. Which we've actually been at all those locations already. We'll just drive it to our sell point. But like I said, I suppose we could just take the forklift and drive them over there too. It's gonna be that close. Typically it'd be nice to do them into the, you know, in town. But we do need the cash. So we are just gonna sell it right over here. This should be able to let us pay off all our loan. And then some. Which will be very nice. Alright, first batch and then second batch. Bam. Holy moly. Alright, so let's pay off our loan. Repay. So we have 221,000 free and clear. So the total products that we got for all that selling is 368,992. That is awesome. And we are good again. Now, our big oil pump is going to cost us 200K. So we could actually afford that if we sell that other pump here. When were these picking? They're ready to harvest right now. And that was one thing that I was talking about. Should we do it or shouldn't we do it? It is leaving money on the table if we don't do it. Let's take a look at the harvesters real quick. We could rent one. We could go with the big one here. But to rent these, would it be ridiculous? This was one of the newer ones right here. It'd be nice to try that out. This is all in one. Red beet. If we were to lease, how much is it to lease? 26,000. I mean, how much does it hold for crop? 18.5. That's not bad. Configuration, light tracks. We could do... we could just keep it simple. That's not bad at all. I think we'll leave that for the next episode. We got plenty of days to harvest the red beets. Yeah, we could do September and October. I want to get that pruner taken care of. It looks like we got a tornado coming in November, so that might be something to keep an eye on. Keep an interest, if you will. Yeah, how much does the pruner cost? Under grape tools. So the single is 16 and the double is 22. I also got this mod. This one I thought was kind of cool because it has the actual safety guards on the side. Something you'd probably see more in real life nowadays. But we got to do double. It's double or nothing, right? That'd be a good one because it's cheaper than that other one to start out with, but... double. So yeah, 22. Let's go ahead and purchase that. Excellent. And we didn't have to drive over the other way, so we'll just take the rigid track over there and we'll grab it. Oh, looks like we have some red beets there on the side as well that I didn't get painted over. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do that in the next episode. Let's see, I think we're good now for the utility trailer. Let's park these in our garage because we get some use out of the garage since we worked so hard on getting all that taken care of. See if we can back it in there. It should fit. That door I wish would go open just a little bit more. But so it doesn't hit the other one. It didn't go that quite far. I guess if we do it right, we should be fine here. Should it fit? Is it gonna hit? No. What did I hit? I'm hitting something. What am I hitting? Fender? On that side, answer. Yeah, that is... We can get over just a little bit. Didn't look like we had that much room in the cab here. There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to shut the door though. Hitch is probably going to be hanging out. Maybe. I think this will clear it too. The truck. No, it won't. Oh no. It looked like it almost would have that when we were before we built it. We kind of measured it up and I thought it would be close. Obviously it wasn't close enough. That's fine, we'll just park her down here. And then we have to... We'll just take this off here. Oh yeah, let's see if that door shuts. I think it was close. Ah, no, the hitch is hanging out in the front. Yeah, we might have to... Who knows, we might not use that utility trailer after a while. Like I said, we'll get a semi to do these maybe. I think we got an interesting future with how things turn out as we advance. We still got to get our pool put in too, but first things first is we got to get our productions automated. And then we can start looking at some of that stuff. Here's a pruner. Let's see, hook up. No, we gotta go the other side. Oops. There we go. Nope, this should work really well, I think. Having the dual action saves so much time. Should be nice and quick. All right, first row here. I may change the steering again to just the front. All right, unfold. And then I guess the other side. Oh, they're separate. You have to unfold. Oh, that's interesting. So we got unfold and then, let's see, turn on. So let's go back to the other one and turn that on. That was unfolded, right? Yeah. Unfold. Turn on. We gotta lower them, or how does that work? That did both. Is that even necessary? I don't think it is. Let's see what happens here as we... Okay. That side went, that one didn't. There we go. Okay, so it's a little tricky. Oh no, what's going on with that left side? Okay. Now let's switch the steering to probably front wheel, I think is fine, or rear wheel. Well, no, let's do front wheel. Or would crab work better with this? There is crab steering on this, which is kind of like a shift. It might be, no, that's not going to work very well. Front wheel. That should keep us on track. I'm going to put a cruise on and we can increase as we... It still hangs up once in a while if you don't get this perfect. Which is kind of disappointing because we are actually like straight. I try to do my best. What else? Let me see something here. Let's put on... We might be able to make this work. Can we do GPS? I can't switch to steering assist. If we could, I could put lines. I know steering assist worked because they've tried it before and it worked on other grapevines, but now I can't do it for some reason. What if we turn this way down? It still says no field detected. Am I missing something as far as, do they need to be lowered? Maybe they gotta be lowered. Let's try that. Let's see. Lower. Maybe that helps. I'm hoping so. We can keep it straight. Oh, I still get hung up. The sad part is if this doesn't work out, we're gonna have to go to a single rail proner. The thing is, I could have had two singles and then put one on the front, put one on the back. I just thought this would be easier. It's seeming to have a lot of trouble. Let's try to stay to the left, I think. Still gets hung up. It might just be easier to go with the single. It was working there for a while. These are actually, so when we put these rows in, for those that are just joining, these are laid out on the like how you would. They're basically as close as you can, so I'm not actually going like a wider width or anything. And we know this rigid track is almost as wide as the rows. I mean, there's a little space, but it's not like we're have a tiny vehicle or anything. I mean, we're not getting hung up on the safety things. It's all the pruner having issues. We might have to get the stock in game one, and then we'll put one on the front and one on the back. Because I don't like the way this works. It worked good in 22, having one on the front and one on the back, so I'm curious to see if... I mean, I haven't tried it in 25 yet. It should be the same. And if this mod is just like this, I'll delete this mod, because there's no point of having this if it's gonna run that way. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to, like, work that hard. Okay, let's drop this. Let's go back to the store. I'm probably gonna ask for a full refund too. It was 22,000. So should we try this one? Should we just go with the stock one in game? Because I have a feeling if one's having trouble, the other one might too, but I guess they're both different modders, so I shouldn't... Maybe this one actually extends over farther. I'm gonna try 2 of these. One on the front, one on the back. Let me go over and grab them, and then we will give those a shot. We'll see how that works. Okay, we'll give this a shot. If this doesn't work, we will try the base in-game one, because I'm pretty sure that should work. But I do want to give these mods a try. And, you know, kind of know what works and what doesn't, so then you know for later. I like the look of this one, like I said, the safety guards and all that. Let's make sure, let's see, we got a lower. Get everything set up correctly. Let's make sure we get straight. Okay, and then we'll do the back. Unfold, lower, and turn on. Okay, the back is nuts. What's going on here at the back? Weird, it like takes a second for the sides to activate, or like fold open when you get up by the vines. And now I'm kind of jammed up here. Let's get back. Oh man, I thought it was... Alright, let's back all the way off. We'll try this again. Make sure we're somewhat straight. Okay, now we should have plenty of room on both sides. Okay. Let's make sure we stay straight. Because that safety sign does cause us problems. I was going to configure it. We go in the configure. I think you have to have those on. Let's see if I could turn those off. It's already night and day than the other one. So I'll for sure delete that other mod off my hard drive, because there's no point of having it if it's going to act up that way. We can increase the cruise a little bit here. We want to make sure we're efficient. Looks like 6 miles an hour is the fastest. Working good here. We'll see what happens when we get to the end row and turn around. It would be nice if GPS would work. Would always be good. Yeah, doing 2 rows at a time, this isn't not going to take that long at all. I guess that's how you learn about different mods, and if they don't work, well, let's just get rid of them. Gotta experiment, try things out, and if these don't work, we just would have went with the base game ones. I like to change it up a little bit, try some other things. Let's do a turnaround here on the next row. We'll see how good that goes. That row went very excellent. We'll just have to back up because our turning radius with the front wheel is not enough. That looks good. And we are good. Awesome. Alright, let's do a little time lapse. And I'll see you at the end of the pruning. There we go. That went very smooth. I like it. This is a good mod. Plus up there. thumbs up, plus up. Unlike that other mod. Which now we got 2. Let's see what we're going to get for that if we sell it back. Oh man, it breaks it up. It was 1 unit, but they're actually separate. So 13, let's see here. So we got, that's worth 18,697. $18,697, and it was actually, how much we paid for it? 22. So we owe ourselves 3,303. Let's see, add money. 3,303. Full refund for their tool not working. I don't think they have a problem giving us back what we're owed. Let's see, these should be lowered up. There we go. Excellent! Let me put this back on all-wheel drive. I actually like the all-wheel drive a lot better, but... yeah, this crab stuff is, it's interesting. I'm trying to think of when you would use something like that. So that's how it goes straight. It's like you're at a weird angle. That would be... trying to think if that would actually help if we went down the road like that. That would give us a little more distance. It wasn't... everything worked fine though. I'm not even gonna attempt to do that. I like the all-wheel drive. Excellent. Alright. Get this saved. We'll head back to the plantation. And I think we're gonna call it there for today's episode. On the next episode, I think we're going to go ahead and do that beet harvest. We got a lot to do. We'll probably just rent the all-in-one, make it easy. We'll rent a wagon. We'll have to see where that's going to sell, because we're just going to sell it right away. There's no reason for us to hold on to it. We'll get what we can out of it. It should be more than what the rental equipment costs. And then I guess we'll go from there. We'll probably have to start looking at that oil well, get that automated. Priority. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.